Good morning. Welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, December 5th, 2023. I am your chair, Commissioner Krista Yoakum. To my right is Commissioner Sean Flowerday, current vice chair. To my far right is Commissioner Roma Amundson. To my left, Commissioner Vest. And to my far left, Commissioner Matt Schulte. Please rise if you're able and recite the Pledge of Allegiance with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Clerk, you may begin with the announcements.
Location announcement of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located at the wall of the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, all written materials to be discussed at today's open meeting are available for electronic viewing from the county clerk's staff. Printing options are available upon request. These materials can also be viewed at the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Brings us to item 1, minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on November 28th, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Seeing no comments, please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
I'm gonna abstain.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Item 2, claims. First item is approval of the claims processed through December 5th, 2023. And I'll note for commissioners, there is an amendment to the payroll.
I move approval of the claims process through December 5th, 2023, with the amendment to include payroll distributions through November 29th, 2023.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the claims, including the payroll disbursements. I see no objection or no further conversation. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yoakum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 2B is approval of a claim to El Centro de las Americas in the amount of $19,969.58.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. I see no further discussion. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yoakum.
Abstain.
Motion carries 4-0. Item 2C, approval of a claim to the Indian Center in the amount of $12,942.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yoakum.
Again, I will abstain.
Motion carries 4-0. Brings us to item 3, consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner or by any single member of the public without prior notice. Unless there is an exception, these items will be approved by one single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are the approval of A, amendment to County Contract C-22-0466 with the Nebraska State Patrol for software sharing of mock and trace software with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. B, right-of-way contracts with R. Breck Wilson, Julie R. Wilson, and Matthew C. Wilson, North 70th Street and Raymond Road in the total amount of $2,605. C, utility permits for the following allowing Bauer Underground Incorporated under project management of JEO Consulting Group Incorporated to install ductwork for future installation of communication cable for ARPA Broadband Phase 4. They are 2456 Run 20, 2455 Run 19, 2454 Run 18, and 2453 Run 17. D, receive and place and file the following reports for November 2023. Clerk of the District Court, Assessor Register of Deeds, and Records and Information Management. And E, setting a public hearing on Tuesday, December 12th, 2023, to amend the Lancaster County budget so that spending authority can be established for the Assemble Lincoln Convention Center Fund.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. I see no further discussion. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yep.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next item is item 4, our public hearing. A public hearing regarding the reissuance of the county of a portion of its revenue refunding bonds, Tabitha Projects, Series 2020, for the benefit of Tabitha Incorporated, pursuant to Section 147F of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986 as amended.
We will now open the public hearing for the refunding bonds. Anyone wishing to speak will need to be sworn in as you speak.
Please raise your hand. Swear you on both. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes. Please go ahead.
Good morning. My name is Colleen Duncan. I'm a partner at Gilmore and Bell. We are the county's bond counsel. This is Brian Shanks. He's the CFO of Tabitha. This relates to a 2020 bond issue that the county was involved with for Tabitha. The county issued bonds so that they could be issued tax exempt, loan the proceeds to Tabitha, and that's all been working as planned. Since that date, Tabitha has determined to sell one of the facilities constituting the project from 2020. So we need to swap out an eligible facility so that we don't upset the tax exempt status of the 2020 bond issue. So the facility that is being sold is no longer useful, and the facility we're swapping out is a part of the new Intergen facility. And so Brian can answer any questions that you have about that sort of a project swap out, and I'm happy to answer any questions about the legal structure or the resolution, which is the next item on the agenda, which basically approves the swapping out of the project for federal tax purposes. I just want to reiterate that this is the reissuance for tax purposes, and under state law, the county has no financial or pecuniary liability for these bonds. So that's the same as it was in 2020. So Brian and I are happy to answer any questions that you have.
We have any
Brian, do you mind
questions?
telling us a little bit about all the developments that are going on at Tabitha?
So on Tabitha's main campus, 48th and L Street, we have our intergenerational project. The name is SAGE, which is senior age and time. There's a 2 up there because it also includes, it's 128 senior living, independent living units, and it also includes students that currently attend the Bryan School of Nursing, behavioral and other behavioral health sciences. So we expect about 20 to 24 students to live in the same building as the seniors. The whole project is designed to help address the huge loneliness epidemic amongst seniors. And then, of course, the second group in the country that has a high degree of loneliness is our students. So, and not only that, the students can get credits for living there and doing some medical-based work and educational things right there on campus. Bryan Hospital is doing the research and study on the impact of these two groups living together. They're taking a very serious look at how this works and have hired a couple of experts to actually study the project. It's very intentional in terms of addressing the loneliness factor in the program of the building. As far as the Segrin building goes, in South Lincoln, around 34th and Old Cheney, we have 3 buildings out there. Tabitha at Williamsburg, 2 skilled nursing facilities, long-term care, and then we have a 3rd building out there. But over the last 2 years since the pandemic, we've not been able to staff enough nurses to operate that facility. So I guess we're giving up on that and want to redirect the proceeds to the intergenerational project, which has done very well to date. We just opened in December in November, and we should have 20 residents by the end of this year, by the end of December, and then 5 students. So it's got a good start, and the financial structure is good as well. We raised almost $10 million on the $26 million project for good solid financial structure. The project also has $3.5 million of TIF awarded by the city here, and so we've also made some improvements to the infrastructure of the sewers and the storm sewer drainage and things like that. I don't know the specifics, but that kind of stuff was part of this project as well, sidewalks and things like that. So the neighbors were very, very positive on this project. I think we only had one person that was really not happy with it, but out of the whole project, it was really received well.
Those senior housing units, are those income dependent? Is there a?
Oh, great question. Sorry, I left that out. It's not income dependent. What the target market is, the moderate income levels in Lincoln. So, you have low-income housing for HUD, and you have a lot of the other independent living places in town that are expensive to live in. So this one's right in the middle, and we do follow HUD's moderate income levels in terms of qualifications and that target market. And you do have to apply to live there. And we also 10% of our residents, if they're not quite there with income, we have some things in place to help them live there.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Thank you for being explicit about saying that the county has no obligation in this. It is just pretty much an administrative sort of situation. Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak during this public hearing on this issue? Seeing none, we can close the public hearing.
Commissioners, that brings us to new business. Item 5A, the resolution related to the reissuance of county of a portion of revenue refunding bonds, Tabitha Projects, Series 2020, for the benefit of Tabitha Incorporated and related matters.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Loudick,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Brings us to item 5B, a resolution in the matter of adopting a salary schedule for the position of Emergency Management Training Specialist.
Good morning, everyone. Ashley Bonet on behalf of the County Attorney's Office. This is just a resolution. I was contacted by Karen Urick with the HR department, and she stated that under subsection 2B, it had stated that the HR director, in conjunction with the emergency management director, would consent to maybe a higher salary step, and she said HR hadn't been doing that, so this was just a cleanup of that language, is taking HR director out of subsection 2B.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yep.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Brings us to item 5C, a resolution in the matter of adopting a salary for the position of District Court Staff Attorney.
Ashley Bonet on behalf of the county again. This is once again just a cleanup matter under subsection 2B, removing the HR director as an individual who gives input on the salary. I also cleaned up under 2A, the step schedule is actually a 4.5 increase, and did the new attachment A, and that was it.
I appreciate you being here to explain this morning, because in looking those over, I wasn't clear.
Just a very minor change, just to kind of clean up the resolutions.
So, yeah, and probably beneficial for all. So thank you. I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5D, resolution in the matter of adopting a salary for the position of psychologist.
Ashley Bonet, again, on behalf of the county, once again, a cleanup matter. Under 2B, remove the HR director from being a person who would give a recommendation for the salary step. That's it. Very similar to the other two.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries
Thank you.
5-0. Item 5E, a resolution in the matter authorizing a contract for repairs to County Culvert R295 located in Roca Road, approximately 0.12 miles east of South 148th Street, without calling for competitive bids pursuant to Nebraska Revised Statute 39-1408.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. So as I've previously briefed the board, I wasn't brave enough to start the removal of Bridge R184, which is west of the intersection of 162nd and Roca Road, because I was worried about weather snagging us and being closed all winter. And then shortly after I made that decision, this pipe on Roca Road failed. And so the pipe actually has a hole big enough adjacent to it that you could actually walk underneath the road, not through the pipe. And in addition to that, of course, it has the sensitive fiber optic line that we have had so much difficulty constructing around on top of it. So I'm coming forward. I think it's really urgent that we get Roca Road back open for the safety of the public and other things, so that we can have people travel on this paved surface during the winter.
I'd move approval. We have to have that road open.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any, I see no further discussion.
I do have,
yeah.
sorry, quick question. So if we approve this, like how quickly will it be opened? Is your plan still then to shut down to repair the bridge next spring? Just walk that out a little bit.
So
further for me.
if these contracts are approved, we will pull the trigger, and the process of lining pipe, and this will also need a foam injection around it to stabilize the material, is very quick, and we could have the road open by the end of the day.
Oh, good.
And so we are using an outside contractor here, Pam? We
We-
have somebody lined up? ready?
We do. So, and that's actually the next item.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Okay, we will proceed to a vote here. We have a motion and a second to approve.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5F, a contract with Subsurface Incorporated for repairs to County Culvert R295. The cost of the county shall not exceed $38,360.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. This contract is to Subsurface Inc. As the commissioners may recall, they have been very successful working with the county to line culvert pipes. And so this pipe is actually going to need two steps. One, the lining of the pipe, and then two, foam injection around the pipe in order to stabilize the pipe and make it safe.
And you're having good weather coming up, too.
Just, you don't want to jinx it, Commissioner. We don't talk about it in the winter.
that
We have
out
a
loud.
few more things we really need to get done this week before it gets cold again, so.
Move approval.
Second.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5G, contract with Midwest Infrastructure Incorporated to provide replacement of County Bridge X129. The cost of the county shall not exceed $1,562,346.88.
The exhibit that I've placed on the overhead shows the location of Bridge X 129. X 129 was a bridge that was really ailing, and the storm of 2019 went ahead and took it the rest of the way out. And so we're excited to get going on this project. The contractor, because it's already closed, is going to start on it shortly. And so we're going to kick this project off next week because we can constructing new bridges is not awesome when it's super cold out, but removing condemned bridges is awesome when it's super cold out. It's also known as winter work, so.
Approval.
Yep, second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Seeing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5H, recommendation from purchasing agent on behalf of county engineering to award a bid to Yost Excavating Incorporated for Ash Hollow Waverly Channel Stabilization Project 2161. The estimated total cost of the county is $879,622.
Pam Dingman, Lancaster County Engineer. The exhibit that has been placed on the overhead shows the location of this channel rehabilitation project, which is a project done in coordination with Waverly, as well as the NRD. This project bid $1 million under the engineering estimate, so that is awesome.
That's significant.
That is significant. Yost Excavating has done a number of these joint projects with the NRD, the county, and the city of Lincoln, and so they are very familiar with these construction methods, and we are hopeful that he can get in there shortly, and hopefully by spring we'll have a newly lined channel that is much more environmentally sound than what we have right now.
Move
you.
approval.
Yeah. Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Brings us to item 5I, setting the salaries in the amount of $152,734.40 for the following deputy county attorneys as supervising attorneys effective December 28th, 2023 for Eric Miller, James Rocky, and Jeffrey Mathers.
Pat Connon, Lancaster County Attorney, here on this matter. Once again, primarily just to say thank you again to the board for authorizing this. These three attorneys have combined over 90 years of experience in the office. I think to get that much experience for the next group of attorneys, we would have to have 5 or 6 of them to get that amount of experience. So I am appreciative to the board for doing this. I think this will allow us to do some other things in our office that I'm looking forward to doing. And so I wanted to, come and ask the board, or come and just, again, thank the board for this. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to take those. I would just say I did some number crunching yesterday, real unofficial, but we are up considerably in our filings in both district and county court. So this was probably a good thing to have at this point in time. So with that, I'd answer any questions.
This is a topic we've discussed several times, and Pat has put together a plan to better take advantage of the experience and skills of these three individuals. And we've liked it every time we've heard it. I still like it, so I'm moving approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you again.
Brings us to item 5J, a special designated license application from Myers Cork and Bottle for an event at the Davie Community Center, 17810 North 2nd Street, Davie, on February 17th, 2024.
I see no one here to speak on this. And we know that they've done these events before. Myers has a
I-
long reputation.
Yeah, I would move approval.
I would second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Brings us to 5K, agreement with Kate Speck, PhD, to provide motivational interviewing and training for up to 30 community corrections and drug court team leaders and case managers. The cost of the county is not to exceed $1,600 for up to 4 training sessions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jeff Kilpatrick, Community Corrections. We're putting together a training packet for our staff. It's one of the evidence-based practices. Is really a two-step process. This is to get all the staff trained, then subsequently we'll have a train-the-trainer session so that supervisory staff will be able to critique the work that's being done and also train incoming and any new staff that are promoted.
John Ward with the Lancaster County Attorney's Office. I would just note we're waiting on a couple insurance provisions, so I would ask for a motion to approve if the board would like, contingent upon receipt of insurance.
I would move approval of that contingent upon the receipt of insurance.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve, contingent on receiving the insurance. Is there any further comments?
Well, and Jeff, this training is involved trauma-informed care. Tell us just a little bit more.
It's a motivational interviewing. What the training does is it has the client recognize where they need to make changes in their life, as opposed to having a counselor telling them you need to do X, Y, and Z. It's a conversation, and it eventually, how do you feel about what's happened? What do you see you need to make changes? It gets the client to make the changes and recognize what the need is, as opposed to the counselor telling them.
It's more of an empowering sort of thing for the.
Right.
Yeah.
And we all know the impact of buy-in when people are buying into the program.
As opposed to someone just telling them, this is what you need to do to make the change.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much. We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Thank you.
Brings us to item 5L, agreement with Soval Solutions LLC for consulting services to evaluate the Department of Community Corrections Reentry Expansion and Enhancement Program. The cost of the county is not to exceed $30,000 for each term.
Jeff Kilpatrick with Community Corrections. This is an agreement that is to continue with a grant that we've been working on to evaluate when people are coming out of the correction facility, when we give them all kinds of resources, are they successful?
Great.
I move approval.
Yeah, second. That is certainly something that is extremely important. You
Yes, it
just
is.
can't put a person out on the street again.
Right.
Uh-huh.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yep.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 5M, agreement with the Embassy Suites to host the Lancaster County's annual tax lien sale on March 4th, 2024. The cost of the county is $3,750.
Rachel Garver, Lancaster County Treasurer. This is for our annual tax sale, the rent of at the Embassy Suites, and the price has not changed since last year.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. It's nice to see the cost has not changed. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5N, a memorandum of understanding with Interconnect Incorporated, doing business as Interconnects for physical access and control systems, equipment, and services. The costs of the county are not to exceed $20,000 during this term.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Brings us to 5O, tort claim filed by Lisa Aldridge against Lancaster County Sheriff's Department for property damage.
Move approval.
This was from executive session.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 5P, authorizing the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer, Christy Bauer, to certify the acceptance of a grant award from the Office of Justice Programs entitled BJA FY23 State Criminal Alien Assistance Program in the amount of $77,271.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
And we will remove the executive session from the agenda so we can proceed.
Brings us to item 7, public comment. Those wishing to speak in items related to county business not in the agenda may do so at this time.
Is there anyone wishing to speak during public comment? If so, please come forward, sign in, state your name.
I got so many people here today. And I've already signed in. Thomas Keith Morgan II. Once again, I arise to make a special appearance to speak for the voiceless, because this meeting is done at 9 a.m. on a Tuesday for you to conduct business, a public hearing where if anybody did wish to speak against any of the business that's occurring, which is, I like it, it's all good business. Like, you know, I've been a member of a board before, I know what I'm seeing, you know, so it's not that, it's the fact that it's out of time. The timing is wrong. So if anyone did choose to speak against it, they can't come up here like I can and make a public statement, right? To let you know, hey guys, this is not good. It's out of time, you know? So greetings, members of the board. Once again, I rise to make a special appearance on behalf of the voiceless. The Bill of Rights, as ratified in 1791, guarantees the rights of individuals and states as written in the First Amendment. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of the people peaceably to assemble and petition the government for a redress of grievance, which is essentially what is occurring to the magistrates, lesser magistrate. We can get into the doctrine of magistrates with Matthew Chuella and all this other stuff if we need to, but I prefer to just stand here and have a conversation and tell you. Abridge, as defined, to shorten it by omission while retaining the basic context, to reduce or lessen by the duration, scope, or authority. Another definition, to reduce the effect of a law, privilege, or power, which is what you're doing by not being here, having the right time for the people to speak. You're abridging their freedom of speech. You are. To reduce the effect of a law, privilege, or power, you are taking away their voice. It's kind of like abortions and babies and people that speak up for them. Powerful voice for the voiceless. I'm just glad I get to be here to do it. Somebody's got to do it, right? Just so you know, just so that there's that awareness, like the gentleman that was here talking about business earlier, and you had mentioned that empowerment for the people coming out. Empowerment is also self-awareness. Same thing, same principle. And so no one else, Bob Bohr every now and then gets to come up here and talk about the Constitution and stuff like that, and that's great stuff. We just want you to know that, hey, we're here. We just want the other people to be able to speak up if they disagree with some business. I think you're all doing a great job, except for the timing. Your timing is off. And the timing needs to be fixed. It needs to be corrected. For the people, by the people, through the people. That's what you're up here magistrating for. Listen. Listen. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak this morning? Seeing none, we can proceed.
Announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will attend the Lancaster County 101 meeting on Tuesday, December 5th, 2023 at 3 p.m. at the Nebraska Association of County Officials office. Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting on Thursday, December 7th, 2023 at 8:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold the following meetings and public hearing on Tuesday, December 12th, 2023 at 9 a.m. room 112 of the County City Building. A regular meeting and a public hearing regarding the application for a Class C liquor license for Seven Willows LLC, doing business as Seven Willows, and a corporate manager's liquor license for Heidi Wubbles. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on LNK TV. LNK TV is available on Allo Channel 2 and Spectrum Channel 1300. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on YouTube and Facebook. LNK TV apps are available on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV. Last item I have is adjournment.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest, Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We will now begin the Board of Equalization meeting for Tuesday, December 5th, 2023.
Location announcement of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located at the wall of the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, all written materials to be discussed at today's open meeting are available for electronic viewing from the county clerk staff. Printing options are available upon request. These materials can also be viewed at the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Item 1 is minutes, approval of the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, November 21st, 2023.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Please call the roll.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Abstain?
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 4-0. Item 2 is our public hearing. There's a public hearing for the motor vehicle tax exemption applications from a number of organizations: Grace Lutheran Church, Christ Place, Our Lady of Guadalupe Seminary Incorporated, Christian Retirement Homes Incorporated, doing business as Eastmont, Outlink Incorporated, doing business as Out Nebraska, Catholic Social Services, St. Mark's United Methodist Church, Sheridan Lutheran Church, Allen Chapel SDA Church, Christian Heritage Children's Home, Centerpoint Incorporated, Cristo Rey Catholic Church of Lincoln, and the F Street Neighborhood Church.
We will now open the public hearing on these motor vehicle tax exemption applications. Is there anyone present wishing to speak? Seeing none, we will now close the public hearing.
Commissioners, that brings us to item 3, action on the following: the motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Move approval of the motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Schulte,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Item 4, public comment. Those wishing to speak on items related to County Board of Equalization business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
Is there anyone here wishing to speak during public comment? Seeing none, we may proceed.
I move we adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Schulte,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest, Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. We're adjourned.